Hey guys, it's Ashley, chilling out with my pal, the Dalek here, because Doctor Who is back, and so we have a Dalek that lives in our living room, my living room, for the season, I guess, because it took a lot of work to get him blown up, and so we're not deflating him for a while. It is October 1st, which means that, as crazy as that sounds, September is over, unbelievably, so it's time for my September wrap-up, and Dalek here is going to help me. The first book that I read this month was Why Not Me by Mindy Kaling. This is her second book. It's kind of a memoir, kind of a book of essays, and I loved it just as much as I loved her first book. We get a little more into her personality, we get her humor, we get more behind the scenes of the Mindy Project and just her life in general, and I love that she's so relatable. She mentions McDonald's like so many times, which is really relatable to somebody who's busy and always eating out. I love it so much. But one of my favorite things in this book was towards the end, she's talking about how she gave a talk at a school and one of the young girls asked her about something about confidence, like how does she keep her confidence, or you know, be happy in who she is or something like that. And she gave a really pat answer of like, oh, you just gotta learn to love yourself. It's something like she was tired and wasn't really, you know, in the mood to go in depth, and just gave this really quick textbook type of answer. And she went home and felt really bad about it. So in the book, she apologizes to the girl and gives a really good answer to it. And I think it's a fantastic book. I really love Mindy. So if you love Mindy, I think you'll enjoy this book. The second book I read this month was Furiously Happy by Jenny Lawson. Jenny Lawson is also known as the bloggist. This is her second book as well, and it's also biographical, memoir-ish, with just random essays. If you follow her blog or if you read her first book, you know that she is absolutely hilarious in a really kind of twisted way that is just really good. I read this book mostly on my 2 plane rides this past weekend, and I was cracking up. I'm sure the person in the seat next to me thought I was insane because I'm sitting there like with tears in my eyes trying not to howl with laughter on the plane. But I was just like cracking up because it's just so funny. But at the same time, this book dives more into mental illness, and she talks a lot about her own depression and anxiety and other mental health issues that she has, and even some of her physical health issues that she had. And she just really opens up about it and talks about them in a really honest, relatable way, when she's just talking about how we're all broken in beautiful ways. And her whole manifesto about being furiously happy is just so great, and I think it's a really important book. I think if you're a fan of Jenny Lawson, of her first book, Let's Pretend This Never Happened, or of her blog, you will absolutely love this book because it's just more of the same, and it is fantastic. If you don't know her, I think you should give it a try, but just know that she does have a little bit of a potty mouth, so if you are averse to swearing, you might want to avoid this book. But other than that, it is just so completely hilarious, and I love her books and her blogs so much. Also, excuse me, Mr. Dalek, the Midnight Cat Rodeo scene is kind of like artistically rendered in the front flaps of the book, and also you got a little gold Rory on the cover here. It's kind of cool. I kind of love it. If you watched my last video, you know I've been in a little bit of a reading slump, and so the last book that I read for this month actually took me, I think I started it back in August, but I finally finished The Son of Neptune by Rick Riordan. This is, of course, the second book. I guess I was on like a thing of second books. This is the second book in the Heroes of Olympus series, and it follows Percy, who has no memory of anything in his life, and he winds up at Camp Jupiter and is trying to figure out, he knows he's a demigod, but what's going on here? Why aren't things mashing up? Why does he keep saying all these Greek words in this Roman camp? And of course they have to go on a quest, and there's gods involved, and there's adventure, and there's death, and there's death in more ways than one, guys. Anyways, I really enjoyed this book. I don't know why it took me so long to get through it. Yeah, I do. I was in a reading slump. But aside from the reading slump, it is a fantastic book, and I would have otherwise just flown through it. I really enjoyed it, and I am excited to get into the rest of the series, although I'm going to wait a little bit because I'm not fully out of this slump yet, and I want to be out of it so I can fully enjoy the series. But if you have not read Percy Jackson books yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go read them. It's like Harry Potter. You need to read them. You need to read the Percy. So that's it. I read 3 books in the month of September, which is pretty good considering like a week ago I didn't think I was going to have any books completed. So I'm pretty happy that I finished 3. That's really exciting to me. If you are not aware, this week marks Slay That Series, which is another reason My friend Dalek is here because we are going to exterminate the series of unfortunate events. Today is Wednesday. No, it's not. Today's Thursday. I don't know what day of the week it is. My schedule changed and I am all screwed up. Today is Thursday, which means we only have like 3 days left in Slay That Series, but I'm still trying. I just started last night, but I'm trying. I've read 1 book for Slay That Series, which is a good start. The series of unfortunate events is a bunch of really short kid books, and so I have hope that I can get through a couple more before this readathon's over, but I do have plans to finish the whole series this month. And if I can do that, then I will have read 11 books in the month of October, even if I read nothing else. Sure, they're little kids' books, but I don't care, because that's 11 more books that I have read this year. So that's my plan for the month of October. Also, Welcome to Night Vale book comes out the end of the month, so I plan to buy and read that really quick because I love Welcome to Night Vale, and I'm so excited. I got my brother and fake brother person who lives in our attic into Welcome to Night Vale, the podcast as well, and they are loving it. I'm so happy because now I have people to obsess with over it. Also, Illuminae comes out this month, and I've already read that thanks to the art copy that I got from BookCon, which means that you will be getting, finally, my video review book talk about Illuminae in the next week or so. I'm planning to reread that once Slay That Series is over, so I can be fresh in my mind for my book talk. I should have just recorded it months ago, but I didn't. And really, that's it for my reading plans, because I'm also taking some Bible college classes, which is a lot of reading. And for theology class, it's not so much a lot of pages, it's just a lot of information and really big words that I've never heard of. Like, I've been in church my whole life, and I still have never heard of these words. It's a lot to take in. So that is my goal for the month of October, my TBR, if you will. The series of unfortunate events, Welcome to Night Vale, Illuminae. If I get to another Heroes of Olympus or some other book, then yay for me! But I'm not going to obsess over it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've enjoyed hanging with me and Dalek here. If you'd like to see more of Dalek, let me know in the comments and he will maybe make an appearance in more videos with me. Otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what books you got through in September and how you like the series of unfortunate events. If you have a favorite one, let me know that because I am reading them and I'd like to know. I hope you have a fantastic week and I will talk to you soon. Bye! Exterminate. I can't do a Dalek voice.